Alright, Shalom. Before I begin, like always, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash. I belong, as of course, to the apostles and elders. I give most all the men who teach and rule well. And peace and blessings be unto you, full of Akim, your brothers. I also push out this word of truth, faith, and sincerity, as well as to you, full of Akim. Alright, the sincere and true believers say Shalom. Alright, and those ruling in this video, the first scripture actually I'm going to bring out is pretty much the catapulted this lesson. All right, so those will this be edifying. This is 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. It says, "Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates." All right, that's pretty much the topic of the video, man. All right, not so much talking about certain individuals, but really just in general, man. Alright, this is one thing, me personally, alright, I don't, it's not so much of a touchy subject, but definitely it's something that you will think about, man, alright, because when the scriptures talk about reprobates, that's essentially what it sounds like, man, alright, doesn't sound pleasant, alright, you know, a man who was, a man who basically, was what you thought he was, he really wasn't. And in this case, a servant of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the true powers. Alright, we know that in this truth, the scriptures talk about certain individuals creeping up unawares. Alright, and that's one thing that we fear, because many people, the scriptures talk about, many are called but few are chosen. Those many called could indeed be reprobates, man. Alright, so I'm going to read it again. 2 Corinthians 13 and 5 says, "Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith." Alright, we know that in this faith, alright, in this ministry of ours, alright, in these teachings, alright, we have to examine ourselves, meaning, well, we have to take a step back and look at ourselves and say, wow, am I really harping onto the points? Am I really intaking everything that I am learning? Alright, applying myself as a man of the Lord, a hopeful man of the Lord elect is doing. Am I doing the right thing? Alright, and that's why in the faith, alright, you're going to have those points. Really, you're going to have to do it anyway. Examining yourself, man. Or looking at yourself in a third person, like, so to say. Alright? So, it says, prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. Because we know that the Most High is not dealing with the man that was on the outside. Alright, the Lord's not dealing with the man that was you, your government name, alright, before the truth. The Lord's not dealing with that guy no more. Alright, instead, the Lord is dealing with the man that's put on that new, the man that's put on the new man, the man that has truly put on that new mind. Alright, the new way of thinking. This Lord is still dealing with that man. Alright. And there's many people out there, especially in these other camps, alright? Again, not going to name any names. It's just purely for the edification's sake. In these other camps and these other men, they may even have the look as a true men of the Lord, so to say. They got these extravagant garments, these nice logos, alright? These nice, just fitting it up and basically having to look the part. You know, but behind the scenes, they're not doing anything that pertaineth really to the Spirit, to the Word. They're not staying true to the Word, alright? And instead, they may be, because, when you think of the word reprobate, which actually I'm going to get it, alright, it really could be anything. It's not just one thing, alright? It could be many avenues to how, these men aren't what they appear to be, alright? True men of the Lord. So this is the Greek word in, 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. This is the Greek word for reprobate. Those older brothers can hear it.
Strong's G96, adakimos.
And right, so when you read down here in the outline of biblical usage, it says, not standing the test, comma, not approved. It says that which the number 2 on the biblical usage, it says that which does not prove itself such as it ought. You see? Alright? So men that never really accepted the role. Alright, you may have men that maybe came into this for a certain amount of time, but as time progresses, they never really they never kept the crown essentially. You know, just like in the first day of school, every student has perfect perfect grade levels, or they start out all straight A's. But as time goes on, are they gonna be able to keep their grade level at that high limit, at that A plus? All right. Eventually, well, you have those students that slack off. You know, you have those students that really don't even go to school. You have those students that do semi good, right? But what happens to their grades? It fluctuates. It just goes down or up, down or up. In this case, these men, they just go straight. They just plummet. You know, because they didn't. That what they were, as I said right here, it said, that which does not prove itself such as it ought. All right, reprobates, man. Brothers in the West call them reprobes. All right. It says unfit for, unproved, spurious, if I'm saying that correctly, reprobate. All right. If you go down in the strong definition, it's just some of these are shameful terms, man. All right, unapproved, i.e., rejected by implication, worthless, literally or morally castaway, rejected, reprobate. See, and that's like oh, that's also what also catapulted this lesson was just that. All right, I was actually doing some meditating, and I was actually I came across many videos even before coming into this truth on men, or men in the world that actually would impose certain soldiers, you know, veterans of war. They have men out there, you have civilians, so to say, in this empire. And here in Babylon, you have certain people that actually dress up and basically pretend. Salakia. You have men that actually would pretend to be as a soldier, man. You know, but what? They're just civilians, all right? They would dress up, they would put on medals. Some of them maybe even be fake, all right? And basically freaking play dress up, man, and pretend, you know, until what? There's plenty of videos out there. I'm pretty sure brothers can watch them, you know, where what they're pretty much called out by an actual soldier of war, you know, and it's basically a shame onto them, you know. You're just faking the funk, all right. And actually, as a matter of fact, that's an actual crime, if I'm not mistaken, in other countries, man. I think in Europe or Australia, you know, just pretending to be something you're not. And in this case, talking about the Lord's army here, man. All right, which is nothing to play with. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 13 and 12, because I want to make this point as well. And the scriptures always make analogies with this as well. This is Isaiah 13 and 12. It says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir." See, and I made videos like this before, where you have how the Lord is making an analogy of how a man is going to be more precious than an actual precious physical precious stones and jewels and in this case gold. All right, because even when you actually are supposed to and brothers already know this. All right, you know, some brothers already know this, but what gold in its raw form, all right, when you first come across it, so to say, it doesn't look like gold at all, man. All right, and instead, what, it just ends up looking like rock, you know, some stone, right? But once you take the time and start refining it, meaning putting literal fire to it, all right, and later on, what, it becomes refined. All right, sooner or later the impurities, sooner or later the rock and the stone, they start to deteriorate, and then what do you have then? You have gold, all right, shiny, clinky gold, and gold of value, all right. But in this case, what, that gold is what the Israelite man, all right, that so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man that believes in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right. So that man, what, is going to be more precious than fine gold, and why is that? Because the Lord has tried them. That wisdom, all right, has tried them, and what that fire is indicative of the trials, many trials and tribulations that's tailored for that brother, all right, to make him that man more precious than fine gold, you know, because the Lord sees value in you. All right, but as for the repros, right, they essentially what, they were untried. Actually, it said that in the ancient earlier concordance, man. We read it. A man that's unproved, all right, a man that did not go through or could not handle, or like I said, for any avenue, any reason, he became what? He became a castaway, you know, rejected of the Lord, worthless. All right, and here in Isaiah 13 and 12, it is anything but that, man. All right, that man in Isaiah 13 and 12 is not worthless, and that's definitely whom pertain to. It's pertaining to the elect. All right, the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Those men, they're not going to fall to really the many of the vices that are in this place. Because that's what this place has for you, man. All right, it's just a bunch of traps, man. A bunch of snares and in many ways that this place can pull you away and pull you away further from the Most High. All right, and catch you to be a part of that reprobate club, man. All right, this is we'll end it off with this. This is Hebrews chapter 10 and 22. It says, "Let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water." And what does that remind you of, man? Alright? That reminds you of what? Just like how this word is likened unto also cleansing men, alright, men of the Lord. Psalms 119. Alright? Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? Alright, by what? The word. What this word is going to cleanse you. Alright? It's also going to refine you. Excuse me. Alright? But guess what? These, like I mentioned before, these are the men that are going to fit that bill. Alright? So, verse 23, it says, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering. For he is faithful that promise." And who is he, man? Alright? Many times the scriptures say that he is faithful enough, to even to bring you in the first place, man. You know? And that he's Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He's not going to just bring you in. If you are sincere of heart, if you're a hopeful elect man, the Lord's not just going to bring you in and totally cast you away. Alright, it doesn't work like that, man. But what if, like I said before, if you're a reprobate, it's going to be a different story. And the reason why that is just for one example, the scriptures talk about how wisdom is not going to dwell with a malicious soul. Alright? But that's why that wisdom is supposed to try you. That wisdom, you're supposed to love that pain and anguish, just that chastisement, also the scourging, as well, that comes with it. You know, the hopeful men of the Lord, they're eventually gonna learn to love it. All right, because why? It's for their betterment and it's for their profit. All right, and that's profit. By the way, profit. I'm gonna skip down to verse 38. Hebrews 10 and 38. It says, "Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him." Verse 39, "But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul." Hey, you see that? So what? Those who I pray for myself, as well as to whoever may listen to this video, man. Alright, you brothers that are sincere of heart, brothers that still have that inkling, that every amount of faith and fear in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're not going to draw back into perdition. And that word perdition means destruction. We're not going to draw back to that, man. We're not going to draw back to this, man. You know, as it is written, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life. And those words, that spirit, the essence, and the vibration of Yahushua himself dwells here, man. Alright, in these words. Alright, these words can cleanse you. And the word's gonna hurt you, man. Alright, but what? It's for good. For that wisdom to dwell with you. For you to be a man finer than the golden wedge of Ophir. You know, to have value. Alright. So I'm gonna read that one more time. It says, actually I'm gonna read verse 38. It says, "Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him." Hey, you see that? The Lord's gonna have no pleasure in you. Why do you think that the scriptures talk about what? To fight the good fight of faith. This is a fight here. You know, I'm fighting not to be a part of certain men the scriptures talk about, man. I'm fighting not to be a part of that person that drew back. You know, I'm fighting not to be a part of the upcoming destruction that's coming. You know, I'm fighting for us, of course. You know, we're fighting not to be a part of that, man. All right, we're fighting for what? Literally the saving of our souls, man. All right, and that's what we have to give it all we got, all our might. All right. I just read it. The just shall live by faith. That's what we literally walk by, man. You know, and even with that mentality, all right, the scriptures talk about having that certain many virtues. All right, basically it's the many traits that the elect are gonna have, man. All right, and in doing that, all right, we're not gonna fall. All right, we're not gonna fall to the people that are unproved, all right, the unproved of the Lord, men that are unfit. Alright? But Lord willing, of course, I pray this video was edifying and exhorting. Alright? So with that, I want to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wachah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders like your millstone, the middle teacher, and rule well. And peace and salutations be unto you, full of Akim, your brothers, that also push out this word of truth, faith, and sincerity. Shalom.